we are going to discuss about a man who kills his both parents, takes all the money, and flees from the city. Moves to another city, dates a girl, lives with her, eventually kills her, and buries her in the ground, which is what he did with his parents as well. I was very curious about this particular case because this is a very city specific case, so to say. This is not something which became national, so to say. This remained very city specific, and the legal procedures for this particular case is still being heard in the court in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. And I got to know about this case from an advocate who uh, practices at High Court Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, and they are looking after, a team of advocates are looking after this particular crime which took place, and this is about 6 months old, and the procedures are, as I said, is still being heard in the court and things are being discussed. So this is what happened, and what truly intrigued me to discuss about this case is that what will lead a child, a man, parent and son relationship, that level of relationship, what would prompt a man to kill his own parents, take all the money and flee from the city, and then date a girl, live in with her, and then eventually also kill her and bury her in the ground. So there's a pattern involved, there's a pattern of always killing those that you are supposed to share the closest relationship with, and killing them and eventually burying them in the ground. So there's a pattern. So this is what also intrigued me, this interested me, fascinated me to talk about this particular case in the first place. And what I found out that there are different kinds of various factors involved which makes a person a serial killer. Serial killer is a is a who is a person who kills people after people in a serial manner, in a series manner. So they don't stop at one, they don't stop at two, they need to keep going. So it's a continuous process. There's an enzyme called MAOA, and of course then there are lots of things, other factors involved, psychological, psychopathy, neuroticism, various kinds of factors which are involved, which lead a person into these behaviors and criminal behaviors, so to say. What I think is this is the case of unrequited love, unrequited relationship, unrequited care, which eventually led this person to commit such crimes in the first place, be it in the killing of his own parents and then killing of his girlfriend and burying them. So a pattern was noted that he kills and he buries. So this is what I wanted to talk about, that this is a case of complete biological factors which lead a person to commit such crimes. Uh, Various kinds of psychological disorders, psychological factors, criminal mindset, people who are sadistic in nature, who uh, gain some kind of, emotional satisfaction out of seeing other people in pain, or maybe suffer, or maybe kill them and gain some kind of satisfaction. So this is a case of that kind, which really got interesting because it allows, you to also talk about the brain and how it works, what are the chemical imbalances which are happening in the brain, which is also then responsible for the emotional imbalances which happen in a person, and then a person commits such an act, or an act of this kind, or an act of any other kind, which starts with a imbalance in the brain. So this is what I wanted to talk about, and the as I said, this case is still under the legal procedures, and we'll see what the judgment will be.